Legends, and he said Brands. So it's already very interesting to see. Brands has been getting a lot of hate recently for the way he plays in the game, for the little mistakes that he's making in the game. The fact that RSG want to target him, it shows you that either he or RSG look at him as the weak point, or he's the strong point.
Or they just want him to tilt. Because at a point, you want to win, but at the same time, sometimes winning isn't enough, you know? You want to get into their heads, and it is going to be a best of 3. I kind of feel like in a best of 1, G strats are great and go for your favorite picks. But I kind of feel like in best of 3s, momentum is very important. And now we're looking at both teams. Interesting point. They're doing the bans very slowly. They're really thinking about all of the picks and bans here.
There's a lot of respect, in my opinion, here coming from RSG Singapore, right? Taz has been a monster when he's given heroes like the Lancelot, right? So they don't want Evos to get their hands on it just yet. Evos respond the same way. Bray on the Fredrin yesterday was also a sight to behold. It was very difficult to get those objectives away from him. So the Fredrin going to be the choice of ban here from Evos.
Something very interesting to me is the fact that RSG, they have never played up against a glue because they always ban it first. And for Evos Legends, they're always on red side. They really enjoy being the second pick to enable that counter matchup to get picked up as the last pick.
I kind of feel like banning out the glue is great just because Diablo wants to make sure that he can have a very good laning phase. That's number 1. And number 2, the thing about the glue is it's very annoying to deal with when he wants to go for your mage, when he wants to go for your marksman. And as we talked about, Lucio Kitty wants to go in front. Same thing as Diablo. So Oki as well as Roy, they kind of have to take care of themselves. So I kind of feel like something like a Lapu, something like a Yuzong is going to be very, very annoying. But if you're picking your poison, they would rather go against the Lapu, rather go against the Yuzong, than going up against the glue. And like I said, they got to make sure that their backline is safe. They even ban out the Fanny.
They might have to ban out the Joy too. Looking at Evos Legends, up against Phoenix, their bans have always just been Wanwan, Joy, and Glue. Now, I don't think that was the Joy, it was actually the Navaria. That was, yeah, I mean, we saw what Roy was able to do
Diablo's
on the
smiling.
Navaria. Diablo's smiling, so maybe he has a... what is he thinking about, Eterna?
You know what? I don't really think that the Joy ban needs to be banned. I don't know. Is it
Really?
in the arsenal of Diablo? Can he utilize that hero? I mean, you mentioned before the game started when we were talking about the team lineup that he has a limited hero pool, right? So maybe Evos, they're trying to capitalize over that fact. The Novaria definitely the wiser ban, in my opinion, here. And RSG, though, they're going to go straight for the Kaja. So a comfort, a power pick for Lucian QT as well. Still sitting at, I believe, 100% win rate so far. And like we mentioned, right, Diablo needs that setup, and the rest of his team needs that setup, and that's where they're going to work with. They're going to work on with the Kaja.
Looking at this, it's an interesting point talking about the Joy because I've seen RG Slate as you play, and if the Joy is picked up, it's going to Bray. Bray is going to be one using the Joy, making sure that he gets those kills, and then the objectives will deal with it later. Now that the Kaja has been picked up, this does kind of limit, honestly, Brands quite a little bit because if he's playing, if the entire team is playing weak side Brands, meaning like they're not going to give a lot of attention to Brands, he might get caught quite a bit. And picking out the Beatrix as well as the Valentina, what do you feel about this, Mirko?
Yeah, I mean, picking up the Beatrix early has been something that a lot of teams have been doing, right? Most notably, Phoenix with Benny, they always go for the Beatrix, and RSG actually did the same thing to deny that pick away from Benny. So for Evos Legends, I know Brands, he does play this Beatrix a lot in MPL Indonesia as well. What I'm concerned with right now is the fact that they didn't pick up the Joy. And with the Kaja already picked up for the side of RSG, Slate Singapore, the Joy is really going to be able to just free flow around unless Evos go for Franco next.
I wonder if Bray can play Joy in the jungle.
Yep, he can.
All right, well, there's your answer. But here, they actually go for the Martis instead. So still flex, in my opinion here. Carry is going to be the choice here. Not exactly the best lane for the carry against the Beatrix. And maybe they're anticipating these heroes coming from Evos and trying to deny it with the carry pick.
I think when it comes to the Joy, this is the first game of the best of 3, and you kind of don't want to take a lot of risks. And I personally feel the Joy is quite a big risk, especially when you bring it into the jungle. Yeah. A lot of damage, sure, but the moment you enter a team fight wrong, especially because you have a Kaja, it's a single target setup. It's not an AoE kind of setup. So I kind of feel like the Joy is going to be pretty dangerous, right? Unless it is a clear 1v1. And now, Bray, he has an opinion on the MSC meta.
Yeah, he says, I hope in this MSC our team will go as far as the top 4. I'm not expecting too much from us because the results in international tournaments weren't that good, but with the upcoming and new lineup, I hope we can achieve better results compared to last time. So far, they're on the way to do that, right? Because even last year at MSC, again, RSG, they didn't have the best of performances, but looking at RSG now, it feels like a different one. And like you mentioned here, the Franco gets picked up.
Yeah, it has to be the Franco. When you go for this kind of, when you are up against someone like a Martis, anti-CC, you need someone to have some CC that can actually lock him down, which is a suppression that you can bring with the Bloody Hunt. If you go for the Kadita here, I think the Martis was a really good deny pick away to actually take away the chance of that Kadita showing up. As we all know, Evos Legends really enjoy going for the Kadita Yuzong combo that has now been completely taken off the board, and Evos are actually the ones who ban it out. So yeah.
While we're doing this analysis, I just got to give a quick shout out to the fans here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, because again, like, here's the thing, it's not a Cambodian team, but every single team that's playing, they give huge support, man. But yeah, going back into the draft, interesting enough, Evos themselves, they banned out the Kadita, so I kind of feel like they're putting a lot of eggs on the brand's basket, which is very interesting because for now, we still don't know what is going to be Taz's hero in the jungle. I love the Yuzong ban. Full respect on the Psychots.
Yeah, Taz is quite versatile, right? He has played the assassins in the jungle, he's played the fighters in the jungle, he's played the tanks in the jungle. So for him, being last pick surely is a surprise factor that Evos does have.
I think I spoke about this with Leo and Gideon. Yeah. Evos Legends, for Age, he always has that one player who he's able to implement his mad scientist role into. For Bigatron back in the day, it was Renball with the Gord, with the Johnson. Now for Evos Legends, I really do feel like that mantle's been given on to Taz because he's the one who's always being given these weird kind of picks. Tankito, Arla Jungle, even in MPO Indonesia, and that's something that Evos want to play with. Again, the reason they go for the second pick here for the red side is to ensure that good matchup for either XP or gold lane. Now that they pick up the gold lane, the jungle will certainly come first in my opinion.
Right now, because Evos, they banned out the far side, I'm actually looking at RG Slate SG. This is kind of a good pick for them to pick up the Eve into this kind of matchup. I mean, like, sure, you're going to give over the real manipulation onto the Valentina, but I kind of feel like it's fine. And if people are questioning the Kaja as well as the Eve, they don't exactly work the best together because it's not an instant burst. But the fact that the Kaja as well as the carry is there, I kind of feel like if RSG Slate SG, they have a mid laner that can take care of itself, clear the wave very fast, I kind of feel like they can really build up the tempo and start punishing the lanes of Evos Legends.
Yeah, it kind of makes it seem like they're forcing RSG to pick it up at this point, right?
Yeah, true.
Farsa, Navarre, Kadita, those are the three heroes that Roy really likes to utilize in that mid lane, and all of them have either been taken away or banned out. So, yeah, all that's left is Yves at this point. He can go in for the Lilia, but even that, it isn't as powerful in the way that you mentioned. But here, Evos go in with a Mincitar pick, 20% win rate so far.
Mincitar hasn't really been too good on the MSC stage. I think the last time we saw it was Phoenix, I believe, on the Mincitar against Evos Legends. So he also brought it.
I think Maro used it as well.
Oh, Maro used it as well. But the last time we saw it in XP was Royal Milk on Phoenix, yeah. And the way they played it with the Mincitar was really weird because you always get split push and the mobility for the Mincitar is just not there. RSG have a chance to just pick up a good matchup and bully the Mincitar to do the same thing Evos did to Phoenix.
Right now we gotta look at Diablo's face because talking to the Singaporean casters, they're like, if you see Diablo laughing, yeah, it's gonna get a crazy pick. The Eve, as expected, is picked up and 100% on this Khalid. Diablo putting in work.
All right. That's 2 out of 2 though, right?
Nice.
Well,
100% is 100%.
Depending on how this match goes, but I think it's a little bit different this time around because last time Lucian QT was on a hero that had more AoE CC. This is a little bit more single target. Sure, there's going to be some vulnerability on the Beatrix, but it's not going to be a wombo combo like we saw before. I want to see how that works and how they actually are able to utilize that hand in hand.
Looking at the lineup, I kind of feel like we got to look at the emblems Diablo uses because if it's a more survivor-centric kind of thing, he can't go into the backline. He can't start the initiation. Listen to the crowd. they're reacting very heavily towards this Ling.
Expect the Ling to be a little bit different though.
Okay.
Because, okay, I think the standard Ling will still just go full damage. You want to go for the Killing Spree emblem and you want to just build assassin items. But, oh wow!
What? Dude!
Singapore?
Yo, what's up with Singapore and Myanmar? Like yesterday, Singapore, they were rooting for Phoenix. 49% of them were rooting for Phoenix, and this time it's happening again. What's going on in Singapore?
I guess there are a lot of Evos Legend fans in Singapore.
Well, Evos Legends technically is a bit like Singaporean.
Yeah. Evos is a very big name in Singapore. I just like the fact that it's not one-sided, man. Even the audience, they're like, yeah, it could go either way. It could go either way, and that is what we want to see. I really want to see RSG Slate SG. Can they pick up the tempo? And I want to see how Taz is on this link.
I have a guess. I think it might just be Demon Slayer Ling going full tank. It's something we haven't seen before.
Wow.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Dawn for game number 1. The seeding of the teams will be right here. We will see who goes and becomes the first seed of the group, but it is going to be the Killing Spree, so nothing too fancy for Taz.
And on that note, right, Diablo once again with the Master of Assassins, so that's just permanently Diablo's favorite emblem. He's going to utilize that either way, but even on your screen now, Dreams on the Franco. We haven't talked about this, right? He is such a nuisance. He knows how to pressure that jungle, and he is going to try to prevent Brave from popping off.
The thing about the Franco, man, even if you're doing everything perfect, the Franco will force you to do a mistake. It's either you're not engaging at all because the fear of the suppress, or he will just dislocate.
Displace.
Thank you very much. Displace you.
He's not a shoulder.
With your iron hook. So honestly, the Franco, even if he doesn't do anything, it's a fear. The fact that Evos, they have 2 ways to engage is crazy.
Well, I don't know about this dive right here. That's going to be the damage coming through. First blood for Oki. Beautiful dive, but he does lose Bray in the process, and that is an expensive trade. Brand's actually cleared the wave earlier too, so he doesn't miss out on much.
Yeah, they're trying to put a lot of emphasis onto Brand, right? I mean, even in the interview, they're saying that they want to put a lot of pressure onto him. So far, he's feeling that pressure. It does inhibit him just a little bit, but knowing Bronze, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But Roy here, all right, nearly gets taken down.
Honestly, for me, looking at how Taz has been playing this MSC, I kind of feel like mid-game or during this best of 3 series, RSG, they gotta switch their focus, man. I think they gotta go for Taz. You can't let this lane scale up, man. It's very, very dangerous.
It's almost like Brand's the weak side now for Evos Legends. They've completely adapted and shifted their playstyle. Diablo now going to just give that XP onto Roy, as Hijime has hit level 4, but they're not actually going to go for this turtle first. They want to give Taz some more room to play with, and 10 seconds is on that purple buff, so they might not even be able to fully contest for this turtle that is already spawned in, that is already half HP. It's a free turtle over to RSG down below as well. Brand's going to be targeted down. That's going to be Dreams flickering forward, not able to find the Bloody Hunt. Perfect spacing from Oki to deny that pick away, and RSG get a free turtle.
Yeah, there's not much of a retaliation response coming in from Evos. Perhaps they don't want to go in for anything too aggressive, but this is exactly the playstyle that we expect from RSG, and it's surprising, right? Because you put something like a carry in the gold lane, you think they're going to be a little bit more passive, but either or, Oki has just been very active, but Taz goes in.
Good read onto Lucian QT. Oh, he actually canceled out the Divine Judgment with the Tempest of Blades. Brand is standing in his real world manipulation, but Dreams finds a good hook to trade it 1-for-1. Gold lane for the Roamer. Roy still just standing there, providing Oki with the support. Who's it worth for?
I gotta say, I think it's worth it for RSG because they did what they aimed to do. They gotta take down Brands. They were able to do that. If they were able to take out Taz, that'd be amazing. But the fact that they gave a kill onto Oki as well as Roy, they will be able to hit their first item first. But the thing is, even if you do hit your first item first, what are you gonna do with it? If they stay passive, not doing anything, it feels bad. But if they got their first item and they go very, very aggressive, especially around neutral objectives like the turtle, it's gonna be very good for RSG.
That was insane, though. Did you see Taz cancel out the Divine Judgment?
I saw.
Taking a look now at the in-game equipment, right? We're 3 minutes in, and you can see that the Beatrix hasn't really reached that power spike yet. Already Fury Hammer to give a little bit of an edge in terms of damage, but oh my god, losing Kitty goes in again.
No follow-up just yet. Hijume's forced to flicker out, though, so that is a pretty good trade over. They're already going in. Bray is able to steal away the orange buff. What do you call it?
Grand Theft Purple.
Orange.
No, orange.
Orange.
Oh,
You
man,
had
I did
one
it again.
I gotta
Orange.
say, Eterna's red hair is amazing though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her hair is
We're a
amazing.
little colorblind on the caster desk right now, but that's too. What?
Good Divine Judgment forcing a flicker. It's just a flicker battle. It's a battle of bait. Thing is though, Taz now
Roy.
have a little bit of a retribution. Oh, Dreams with a good flicker bloody hunt onto Roy. Iron Hook as well to go for the trade. And it should just be, yeah, 1-for-1, but Oki's still free farming really well down in the gold lane.
Yeah, speaking of which, right now he's able to take quite a lot there. Dreams probably looking for a hook, not gonna hit. Oki able to dodge Brand's sniper shot as well. Right now, looking at the goalie, not much difference here. And I actually like what Mirko said. Everyone's just trading spells for now. Lucian Cutie able to get Dreams.
Oh, beautiful Bennett's Rage. Oki gonna be target down. Gun down a bit. Iron Hook onto the back. Lucian Cutie falls. And Taz picks up a double, picking up all the blades, now trying to get away. But Diablo shuts him down just as he enters the turtle pit.
Yeah, 2-for-1 trade in favor of Evos Legends though. So the aggression coming in from Taz is going to pay off. Luckily enough for him, there isn't really much of objectives that are on the board for him to contest. So his death, not so bad, I would say, as we take a look at the replay here in just a few seconds.
Yeah, looking at the replay here, we're going to look at what happened down at the bottom side. A very, very good counter engage coming in from Evos because they kind of feel like, okay, they're overextending. Oki really wants this turret, and we're going to take advantage of that. The fact that Diablo got a kill there was actually very, very lucky, but I got to say, man, Lucian Cutie on this Kaja has not been having the cleanest of engages just yet. We got to see whether that will change or he just not comfortable enough on this hero.
That's actually a good question, right? I'm not really sure. I mean, this is his power hero, so he should be comfortable. So the question is why he isn't able to perform at the level that we expect him to. Is it because of the counter engaged potential setup coming in from Evos? Is Taz being a little bit of a problem, or should that focus be centered on Taz instead?
It's been the mechanics, I feel like, because Lucian Cutie, his Divine Judgments have been clean, but on Taz, it just seems like he can't get a grip on Taz. Good Tempest of Blades, good timing for Taz that has been able to deny Lucian Cutie a lot of these engages, but Psychon's going to be walking up there. Divine Judgment onto him instantly now with the Raging Storm as well, but look at Iron Hook connecting onto Bray with a Bloody Hunt as well. Psychon's still able to survive somehow, some way, but Evos Legends will probably have to concede this turtle. Taz goes up to the top lane, will try to look for a turret trade instead, and RSG, perfect neutral objective control so far.
Honestly, we can look at the items, but the thing that actually made it so that Psychots could survive, number one, is the emblem Tenacity giving that extra armor as well as magic resist, and the fact that he was able to heal up. Now Lucian Cutie taking quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, RWM is well placed down. Lucian Cutie forced a flicker. Not too sure. They were trying to go for the turret, I believe, but he doesn't have the Divine Judgment. Brave, walking up, understanding there's no Bloody Hunt, but Lucian Cutie walks up again with low HP. Gets completely punished, and that's another trade over to Evos Legends. Oki barely gets out of that one with the recalls, and it's Evos Legends in turn who find 2 turrets for free.
All right, okay, that was weird, right? Because he didn't even have any resources to utilize, not really sure what he was going for by coming back in. And these little mistakes, they are going to be capitalized by a team like Evos Legends. So they need to be very careful when it comes down to that.
The thing that I think what he was trying to do is Bray kind of wants to fight there, and what he wants to do is actually hit his first skill onto multiple targets, his Ring of Order, to make sure that he's reducing the damage. But now Taz is going down bot. Oki.
Good sandwich. Taz again, he takes out the Divine Judgment with a Tempest of Blaze. What is this man made of? You do it once, sure, you do it again right now. And Psychon just walks up to 2 members. Bray and Diablo don't deal enough damage right now, as that's going to be the render shot onto Bray, poking him down. Good dodge away from 2 skill shots. Down below, Taz just chunking at that turret, but I'm going to have to see the replay again. Did he actually cancel that? He did! He canceled it again, the Divine Judgment. What?
I want to know who hooked it, right? Was it Psychot's hook or was it Dreams' hook that landed on that final member from RSG? But that double combo of hooking coming in from Evos, it's insane, right? That pressure, that mental play that Evos has over RSG, it's definitely making them sweat right now. As we're taking a look at the in-game equipment, that is no longer on the screen. But LaFell, did you see anything that stood out to you?
Yeah, very interesting. Lucian Cutie does not complete 1 item yet. He has 2 steel leg plates and 1 magic robe, which kind of understands why he's not that tanky just yet. In the early game, sure, it's fine, but now, 9 minutes, he should be completing at least one core item.
They've already baited out a flicker from Roy. Very expensive right now. Evos Legends have the gold lead, but Bray still feels confident in going for this 50-50. That's the conceal already. Psychon's moving in forward. Good cancel on that conceal. And oh, it's an iron hook and a bloody hunt! Diablo flickers forward with Raging Storm, only finding Dreams right now, but the RWM is doing some damage in the back. It's going to be Oki who is going to be able to free hit Light right now, but Taz takes him out. It's a double kill for Mr. Bombastic. Taz looking for the red tree. It should just be free. There's no Bray to play with. Brands is gunning Diablo down. And Evos Legends, they find the lead in the game.
Right now, Evos, they're controlling everything. And I kind of feel like what Eterna said, this team really looks at Lucian Cutie to be the one to engage. And the fact that Lucian Cutie is not having a good game right now, it really does limit how RSG Slate SG is playing. Now they got to look at either, okay, Lucian Cutie, you got to step up, or Diablo, now it's your time to shine. Because right now we got to look at the instant replay, because so far, Lucian Cutie as well as Oki, they are good at targeting the targets that they should be taking down. But look at the response. Taz quickly goes in, and free damage. Brands this time doing a very good job staying out of sight. Free damage, making it so that it's a very clean trade for Evos.
Yeah, the double hook potential from Evos, it's just deterring any potential setup that RSG had initially planned. So now they have to go for a different route, but on the top side...
Gun down, Diablo, not given a chance to survive that one. The bloody hunt just used up Psychots and Dreams. This double hook combination is really giving RSG a run for their money.
And now looking at the situation, Lushikiri almost got caught. RSG Slate SG doesn't look like they can actually do anything, because 4 kills total for their own team. Bray 0-2 and 1, Lushikiri 0-5 and 3. It does seem like they haven't been finding avenues that they can punish the mistakes coming in from Evos, because every single time that they got a kill, I kind of feel like it's on the bottom side of the map. So it's only playing during the oh, but now Lushikiri.
Oh, not sure about this engage right now. Is everything committed already? Diablo's going to be hooked into the King's Calling. What? Find the Iron Hook, brings them back into the King's Calling, but Dreams will fall as well. Right now, XP for Rome. Evos Legends, I think they're going to be able to take that as Brands. Oh, he's bombastic, all right. He's feeling it this game.
I feel it in my Bombaba.
Bombaba?
Yeah. You don't know where that is, huh?
No.
Yeah, same. I didn't learn that in biological class.
Eterna, you went biology.
Yeah, you went.
Yeah. I'm just scratching my head right now. But going back into the in-game equipment here, 5,000, 6,000 gold lead for Evos. Man, this is looking a little bleak for the moment here for RSG. The problem is, like you mentioned, right? Lucian QT not having the best time on the Kaja. Great. Diablo needs to step up. Great. But even then, Evos are already on it. We saw that Evos instantly turned their heads, found Diablo, caught him off guard, and took him out of the Land of Dawn before they even went for the team fight. So how are they going to do this? What should RSG do?
Honestly, they got to find a way to make sure that Oki can deal out safe damage, because every single time he wants to deal damage, Taz is on him. Like, it looks like Taz has 4 eyes, where he's looking at one Divine Judgment, one looking at where Oki is, one's looking at the Lord, and the other one is looking at Brave, Roy, and Diablo. Is like, okay, someone's going to come after me. It's going to be good. If they find a way to stop Taz, that's going to be great. But so far, I don't see it happening.
How? How
Exactly, I was about to ask.
RSG,
Because I said I didn't see it happening.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you are colorblind, so I don't know if I want to see or rely on your vision right now, Lafel. Evos Legends, though, they're utilizing their gold lead so well. Dreams gets caught by the Divine Judgment, brings him back, but he has the immortality. He bites it in time. What are Evos on? Suddenly they just turn around, but Hijime gets caught. That's something that has happened before against Phoenix. A comeback could be possible. These little mechanical mistakes are coming out.
All right, that's a good step in the right direction for RSG, right? Taking Hijime down, making the battleground a little uneven for Evos, and on top of that, Oki now already has that Wind of Nature. Will that help him to prevent that kill pressure from Taz?
I kind of feel like it's not enough. It really is not enough. He himself needs some help. But I've been proven wrong quite a lot, and now the Lord has been started by RSG, Slate SG, Lushikiri taking quite a little bit damage, and Taz is still hiding. No one knows where they are. RSG, they're not opening the map. They don't know where Taz is.
They're banking on a full team fight. They want to go for a 50-50 right now. Taz is walking up, and he finds the retreat. Walks in and gets out. Brands is able to escape, but Roy, with a real world manipulation flicker combo, is going to be able to find them right now. Sprays jumping into the back line, zoning them away, giving space for Oki to free hit Evos Legends down. The RWM comes down again. Bray's able to escape. Psychot gets back up with his own immortality. And RSG, I think they got the better trade.
Even if they got a better trade, right now the Lord is pushing. Hijume looks at Bray, wants a kill. It looks like Bray is able to survive for now. And it looks like RSG, they have a way of thinking. It's like, we're losing, we gotta force things to happen for us to win. Because looking at that situation, I kind of feel like it's not an optimal way for you to approach the Lord fight. But the way they're thinking is like, Taz is not gonna show his face. We gotta force him to come out and then maybe try to get a kill.
Yeah, the bait game, right? They have to be the masters of baiting right now here from the side of RSG. Now, the thing is, one of the main problems that I see from looking at their gameplay right now is the fact that nobody can really check their bush, right? Lucian Kuti goes in, he gets chunked really low. That actually negates the pressure that RSG is supposed to have with a pickoff onto Brands. And so who's supposed to do that, right? Is it supposed to be Diablo? Is it supposed to be Bray? But if Bray gets picked off, that's also bad for them. They can't take neutral objectives.
Not gonna lie, I kind of think it's Bray. I kind of feel like someone has to bite the bullet, and the thing is, Bray is a little bit more tankier compared to everyone else. Diablo is not as tanky as Bray. Lucian Kitty at this point, 0, 5, and 6, not that tanky as well. And the thing is, the Martis can use his skills to avoid some crowd control. So the only way that you can stop him is by Dreams using his Bloody Hunt. And if that's out of the way, Diablo can safely go in. So it kind of feels bad as a jungler that you have to sacrifice yourself. But that's kind of one of the options that I'm looking at here. Looking at itemization as well. Right now, funny enough, they're not really putting much investment in terms of magic defense. Right now, Bray is not really looking at Hijume as a threat.
And that's interesting, right? Because he's built full damage. Clock of Destiny, you have the Lightning, Divine Glaive, and the Glowing Wand to top that all off. That's a lot of damage. And not just damage, the cool thing about Hijume on the Valentina, and that we've seen a lot in MPL ID as well, is his creativity when he uses his ultimate as well. And so far, he's been able to just pave that way, right, for Evos in those team fights.
And I think from the items there earlier, we saw the reason RGSG hasn't been able to really open up the map that well because Diablo is just not in a position where he can do that. Sure, he does have that sustain coming in from his second skill, but he built Melphic Roar and the Heptaseas here. So he only has one defensive item as an XP laner who also brought Master of Assassin. He's really squishy.
Here's the thing. I've learned from a few coaches, it's very interesting, everyone has their own philosophy. One of the philosophies that I've heard, if you're behind, if you're losing, might as well just build full damage. At least you have a chance to win a team fight. And if you're ahead, build defense because you just don't want to die. So right now we can see the philosophy here coming in from RG's late SG. They're like, okay guys, we're kind of losing. Now we just got to hope for a very good team fight. And for that to happen, we need to have enough damage.
Yeah, on top of that, I think that's just Diablo's style. He builds full damage. He goes in Glass Cannon on his EXP laner, but Lucian Kuti goes in.
Oh, it's only on the Dreams though. I'm not sure about that. Raging Storm committed real world manipulation as well. 3 big ultimates traded in for 1 Roamer Flicker. And guess what? Lucian and Diablo both use Flicker as well. Evos Legends can just, again, reset up, and they'll have the resource advantage.
Oh man, I said RSG need to bait these resources, but Evos are actually the masters of baiting those resources. It's confusing now, and it gives Evos the advantage. They could go ahead and get this Lord, honestly, at this point.
Let's see, Roy and Oki are playing really well right now. Dreams is already very low. Roy's going to be caught in the King's Calling, but Bray's going to be targeted down. Lucian QT in the midst of it all. Diablo finds a Raging Storm. That's forcing Taz to go for the Temple of the Blaze. Now Retry battle. Who's going to win it? Bray! For the first time in this game, in a full 50-50 Retry battle, but Taz does not want to let it go to waste now. Jumping on Oki, Bray takes it for the team, jumps in for the Mortal Coil. Now he still has the Immortality, jumps in for the Decimation as well. Cyclops will lose his Immortality as the real world inflation zones Evos Legends away, but Roy comes back in. He wants to hunt them down one by one. That's a hook from Dreams. Brands, one more shot. Taz, you don't need the shot. I'm here. That's a shut down. Oki goes for the One of Nature. He's trying to escape, but Taz and Taz.
Dude, 9-1 and 5. Taz is the real problem here. Again, we saw RSG, they understand the situation. They got to take a risk. That was a pretty big risk because now only Lucian Cutie is here. The minion waves. Diablo is now back. So should be Evos not being able to push this and end this game right now.
Yeah, luckily enough, they had to take down that Lord in the top side, right? Or otherwise, that wouldn't have been enough time!
Dreams is a nightmare for RSG right now as Hijume stuns Diablo up with his own ultimate, the Raging Storm.
This is brutal, right? Okay, Evos have 3 combos. Okay, 2 combos, right? One is the double hook, and it's not just a single hook. For Mincetar, for Cyclops, it's an AoE hook, whoever's in line. Second of all, it's the classic Franco and Beatrix combo, right? You get the hook, 100% that person's gonna die because of that burst damage coming in from Brands. And I don't know, man. At this point, RSG, help me out here, LaFell.
Yeah, we're going to look at an instant replay here. And Roy being very aggressive because even if you look at the mana, it's actually not that much. And I don't know, wanting to expand your skills, trying to kill Dreams. I don't know behind the scenes what Dreams is doing to this team, but every single time they're looking for this guy. Like, did he take their breakfast or something?
Probably,
right?
I mean, we do have good breakfast, so maybe they just stole it away from him, and that's creating a little bit of drama.
Yeah.
Tension.
So, because I was saying, okay, you targeted Brands, then you got to target Taz, but it looks like they mistook Taz for Dreams. They're just going for Dreams, man. I'm like, I don't know.
And Dreams is going for them, man. The Bloody Hunt lock spray down. He's very low already. Taz in the back has the immortality. Pops in the top of the blaze just to disengage as Diablo is in the midst. Gets taken very low. Now, oh, Taz! Cleo! And it's another hook from Psychot. What a brilliant display of skills. But RSG are back with full HP. Brands is going to be taken down. Oh, it's a flicker by Diablo. And Lucha QT finds that kill back. It's a good trade in. XP for gold. But now, Evos Legends, they keep on going. Bray's very tanky. Roy can still go for the kite right now. No Oki to play with. They need to be very careful with the waves crashing down on them. And Roy, no flicker.
Dude.
No flicker. He goes for retrenchment. Is it going to be enough? Roy is down. Lucian, Cutie, and Bray all left to defend. The Tigers are pouncing. But Taz, he doesn't want to leave it to chance. He goes for the Evolved Lord.
That is such a disciplined decision from Taz, right? I mean, knowing Taz before, he likes to go in for those crazy skirmishes. He likes to go in for those kills, try to go for a 50-50. But this time, he truly is respecting his enemy here. He's going for the objective instead and allowing RSG a little bit more time to, you know, just breathe at this point, right? One inhibitor turret down. And oh my, Taz is a monster and he goes in for more damage?
11, 1, and 6. Right now, RSG, in terms of protecting their base, I kind of feel like it's going to be quite difficult here because even if you can deal with Taz, but just the range coming in from Hijume as well as Brands, it's going to be quite a lot for them to handle. Right now, we're going to look at both Taz as well as Bray in terms of the itemization, quite different here. Now, sure, Bray has an Athena shield, but dude, even the gold per minute, man, it's way too different.
Look at this build. He went for Corrosion Sight, something
Yeah.
you don't really see a lot from Ling. So he knows he's doing enough damage. What he's lacking is that chase potential. So he's trying to slow people down with the basic attacks, man.
8,000 gold lead for Evos, and that's starting to make sense. A GPM that high on a jungle as Conceal Play is gonna start. Let's see what they can do with it.
Bray's holding on to that Mortal Coil right now. Pops it right now, but in the back, Lucian QT finds Brad. He falls under the real world manipulation, and Diablo collapses under. Taz is still free hitting right now, so Oki's gonna be able to dash forward, actually flickering out of there. Bray with decimation, trying to chase Psychots down. Diablo following it up. That's the immortality from Psychots. Taz is waiting in the wall right now, but he can't do anything to save his friend as he gets taken out. What a play by Lucian Cutie.
Is that a caster curse working? Because I'm like, yeah, there's no way that they can protect this,
Never
but
mind.
so far they've been doing quite well. Now the goal lead only shrunk by, say, 1,500. Now Taz, no one's
What
really...
is he doing?
No one...
Oh, he's in the bush!
Yeah,
I didn't know that! I thought he was just standing there,
Yeah.
menacingly.
Yeah, but dude, Roy went, I was like, wait, was that Ling?
Did I just see a Ling standing there?
That was like 10 seconds.
That was
It was a
very
jump
delayed.
scare. It was a
very
jump scare.
delayed, yeah.
That was a good 10 seconds he was there. But look at this, RSG claiming what is theirs. They're going in for the turret in the mid side. And it looks like they want to commit for more. Diablo's in the top side though.
This is a good siege from RSG Slate Singapore. They're doing it really well. And I think what's really impressive from RSG Slate is the way they're actually using the limits, right? Once you get a member down, once you have an advantage, they never just stay in the base. They are always trying to look for these proactive plays, even though they were 8,000 gold behind.
Wave management is going to be very key here. It's going to be very... It's a crucial thing for RSG, Slate SG to take care of, just because Evos right now, looking at the base of RSG Slate SG, they have no protection, man. And you have a Ling here.
Yeah.
Like, again, like the game could have been over before you're like, wait, what just happened? Why is the camera panning to our side of the map?
You know, ironically, it's usually Evos that has a map problem.
Oh, really?
So we'll see what happens. Like,
Wow.
hopefully, from what they've learned,
Okay.
they're going to be like, okay, let's keep an eye on the map. Because we see that Diablo is being very active on those side lanes, right? He's trying to push as much as he can. And there have been a lot of moments where coming into the late game, right? We're already at 24 minutes. And this is where Evos kind of blindside themselves.
Okay, Bloody Hunt only onto Bray. He has the immortality. I'm not too sure about this. Lucian Cutie buys Brands. They fall under the real world manipulation. And Oki just goes ham in the back. Dreams will fall as well. Lucian's still chasing Hijime with a desperate real world manipulation. But look at Diablo. Look at Oki. They'll be able to take the immortality out. Hijime buys the winner, buying some time. RSG Slate Singapore, again, they do not want the Lord. They've come for one thing, and it's the base that is now wide open. Taz looking for a Hail Mary play. Lucian Cutie, good wave manipulation right now, good awareness. Taz, not spotted in the bush. He's not spotted in the bush right now, but he will still choose to recall. Cyclops is going to be engaged on. Oki finds the killing spree. Taz, 11, 1, and 6. It is not enough.
Dude, what?
RSG have done it. They have completely come back from an 8,000 gold deficit
Amazing.
against all odds.
Incredible, incredible performance. GG RSG as they lead the series here. Wow.
Dude, I'm an analyst and I have no words. I have no
The
words.
crowd has words. They're all cheering RSG.